Hey guys, Mike Esposito, flooring salesman here, and today I'm going to show you the difference between luxury vinyl plank and laminate flooring, and I'll help you decide what product is best for your project. Oftentimes people come in, they ask for laminate floors. They're often referring to luxury vinyl plank, which is 100% waterproof, and today I'm going to show you the difference and how to spot it. Luxury vinyl plank flooring, often referred to as LVP or LVT, is 100% waterproof flooring, and it's pre-padded. So whether or not it has a cork pad like this Cortec product or a rubber back pad, it's pre-padded, doesn't require any padding underneath of it. All right, so what's the difference between these products? You're gonna have a good, a better, and a best product here. These two are from Cortec. This one's a Mohawk product, right? Now, what you're gonna see here is you're gonna see this number right here. The mill wear layer is referring to the scratch resistance. So 12 is decent, 20 is better, 20 is excellent. This one is also a 20 mil wear layer. They make a 30 now, which is like crazy scratch resistant. Okay, so how to spot the difference and what to look for. You'll see one's $359, one's $499. Well, they're both a 20 mil wear layer. Why is that? This product is thicker. This product is 5 millimeters thick. This product is 8 millimeters thick. In addition to that, you'll see this one has a painted bevel here, which oftentimes will drive the price up because a lot of people like the bevel look. Some people worry that things will get caught in it. I do not think so. It's still easy. A Swiffer will clean it right up. This is doesn't have a bevel. It's more of like a seamless look. Okay, so in addition to that, there's a big difference between these two products, and it's the core, right? This charcoal core, which you can see in here, and what you'll see here, this is called a stone polymer composite, right? SPC. SPC stands for stone polymer composite. And what it is a dense core of limestone powder and PVC. It's often referred to as rigid core, and that's because it's tough, right? Rigid core, like maybe they add a layer of in there and it can sustain a beating, right? It's great for commercial settings. You know, all these floors require a flat floor, but with the thinner products, I think it's more imperative that your floor is absolutely flat, right? It doesn't have to be level, it has to be flat. That goes for any of these. All right, and your next type of core is a WPC core. And how to spot the difference is a WPC core has a manila envelope, right? It looks like a manila envelope. It is thicker. So that thickness is going to give you more comfortability. It's going to be quieter. It has a cushioned core, softer feel, and most of the time it's going to come with that very durable wear layer. Oftentimes you won't see a WPC product at a 12 mil wear layer. You just don't see it. I guess when they put a lot of money into the product, they want to make sure it checks all the boxes. All right, so cost efficient. Plenty good enough. You got small dogs, you know, you don't have a lot of traffic, great. Big dogs, these two would suffice. Better, right? Better product. And that's how you spot the difference. So a lot of times people say they want laminate floors, but they're referring to this stuff, which is 100% waterproof. If you're going on top of a concrete subfloor, however, you are going to want to put a moisture barrier down first. I'm going to show you what laminate flooring looks like and how to spot the difference and which one might be better for your project, right? So laminate flooring was the first click and lock floating floor, right? So back in the day, laminate flooring was not waterproof. So it came out, it was water resistant, looked really nice, looks like real wood, but when it got wet, it would oftentimes get ruined. So what would happen is smaller dogs, or you would have in the kitchen, you would get constant spills, or a dog would, you know, have an accident on the floor, and it would seep into these joints. And as that repeated, this would start to delaminate, warp, bubble, and start to come undone. You would see like that really ugly seam where it's like warped and all that stuff, right? So since the invention of luxury vinyl plank, waterproof flooring, laminate has made a lot of changes. And I'm going to show you one of those products that kind of shows a lot of the changes, right? So you're going to see laminates ranging from under $1 a square foot upwards of, you know, $6, $7 a square foot, right? And the difference is the quality, obviously, but the waterproofing, the scratch protection, so forth and so on. So unlike vinyl, you're going to see an AC rating. The AC4, 5 is the best. AC4 is excellent, right? Extremely scratch resistant. This floor is dent resistant, scratch resistant. It is more scratch resistant than a 12 mil wear layer by far, and it is arguably more scratch resistant than any 20 mil wear layer vinyl plank flooring. A lot of times people forget that when looking at flooring. They come in here and they automatically roll laminate out, and I think it's based on a misconception that it's just not a good product when it's kind of the opposite now. These companies have put a lot of money into revolutionizing laminate flooring, especially like companies like Mohawk, where they've really changed the locking system. So how to spot the difference is if you look at the core, right? This is a HDF core, right? Which looks like a pressed wood. It's a high density fiberboard. So it's compressed at higher temperatures. And basically what that is, it's more durable. It's more moisture resistant and just stronger than maybe like an inexpensive MDF, right? Type of core, which is a medium density fiberboard, right? All right, so this flooring is not waterproof. It's 99 cents a square foot. It's got a decent scratch resistant. It's probably AC3, something like that. It's not Pergo. This is a product standing behind it. So this is just your entry level loss leader product, right? And then this is a high-end Revwood product from Mohawk. All right, so you're gonna see waterproof, lifetime surface subfloor waterproof warranty. The best way I can describe it is this product is topically waterproof, no doubt about it, right? Now, you can make the argument that the core is not waterproof. It's treated to be water resistant. The top is waterproof. So this is not inherently waterproof flooring, but I don't see why people always need that throughout their house. We get lost in that. For the money, you can oftentimes get a better laminate floor than you can for luxury vinyl plank flooring. One thing laminate gives you is a thicker core. So when it's installed properly, the locks are thicker, they're heavier, right? So they just a heavier product. In addition, it's more scratch resistant. Like I said, they even go as far as saying all pets, all accidents, they scratch it, we replace it. Not many companies are going to say that. They're not going to send a forensic unit in there to see what scratched it. Keep it pretty simple, actually. But that's pretty much your difference, right? So you're going to look at the cores. This is how you spot the difference. Laminate floor, SPC luxury vinyl floor, 100% waterproof. WPC luxury vinyl plank floor, 100% waterproof. WPC, 100% waterproof. And that's the difference. So now let's go over the padding options. So unlike luxury vinyl plank, which we discussed earlier, how it's pre-padded, laminate floors are not pre-padded. So you'll need to put some kind of padding underneath, and the padding is going to be a moisture barrier. It helps with sound suppression, insulation. It helps, even out subfloors and stuff like that, giving the product a little more stability. So some laminates now are pre-padded, such as Pergo products and a few others, maybe from Mannington. And then if it's not, you will need to put a padding underneath of it, right? And they're product-specific pads designed for certain types of click-lock flooring. Now, even if the product is pre-padded and you decide to go over top of concrete, this is a 6 mil poly. This is what's going to be recommended, and it's going to be required to honor the waterproof warranties on waterproof laminate flooring on top of concrete subfloors. In addition to that, speaking of which, we talked earlier at luxury vinyl plank, which is also pre-padded. However, if you're going over top of a concrete subfloor, you're going to want to put poly underneath of it at the very least. This protects the bottom of the floor from mildew. It protects moisture from getting trapped underneath the flooring. Water underneath of the flooring can cause warping. It'll just damage the bottom of it. You don't want anything sitting underneath of the floor. So the flooring itself, the core may be waterproof, but water can still cause big issues underneath of your floor. These pads are also product specific. These are actually designed for luxury vinyl plank. I'm really opposed to people. I've heard of people putting this inexpensive, cheap pad that's designed for laminate underneath of luxury vinyl plank flooring, and I feel like it gives it too much bounce. And my fear would be that it's counterproductive for the locks, as to where these are actually designed for LVT, even though it looks like laminate on that. It says on the box, designed for LVT. So anyway, there you have it. That's the pad options. If LVP is already pre-padded, why would I use one of these pads underneath of it? So in addition to the moisture protection that you get from the poly, you also get that with these, right? So you don't need poly. You can put these underneath of your floor over top of concrete subfloors. You can also put these over top of wood subfloors, and you're going to add to the product. You're going to enhance it. So you're going to get excellent sound suppression. You're going to get thermal insulation, and you're also going to get compression support, which is referring to joint stability. So it adds to the product. If you ask me what the best way to possibly do it would be, would be to put this underneath of your LVP to get extra protection, right? All right, guys, so if you were to ask me, Espo, what's better, laminate or luxury vinyl plank flooring? Unfortunately, it's not an easy question to answer because they're different. However, I would say if you're looking at a laminate product, make sure it's an AC4 or an AC5, right? It's gonna be exceptionally durable, very, very, very scratch resistant. AC5 is probably one of the most scratch resistant floor coverings that you can get. Also, ask if it's waterproof, right? If water is a concern to you, make sure it's waterproof. If you're really concerned about water, then luxury vinyl plank is probably gonna give you more of a peace of mind. With luxury vinyl plank, make sure you're looking at a 6mm thick or thicker SPC core, or WPC 8mm and above, like 10mm for example, things like that. Make sure the wear layer is 20mm wear layer or above if you have big dogs and you're worried about scratching. If you're worried about cost and being budget friendly and finding an economically priced floor at a lower price point, maybe you can get a better laminate floor for your money. I would say a couple suggestions. Don't rule laminate out. It might be good floor for you. And then also go see a flooring professional. Find the color you love and see if they can help you find the quality that you need for your project. And with that, thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you soon.